जयो यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी जयो यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्त्रोत्र श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। यमुना मैया की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। All glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 11, entitled Calculation of Time from the Atom, verse number 10 to 13. We'll recite the 13th verse. Griharkshutara chakrastha Paramanvadina jagat Samvatsaravasanena पर्येत्यनिमिषो विभुः गृहर्क्षतारा चक्रस्थः परमाण्वादिना जगत् संवत्सरावसानेन पर्येत्यनिमिषो विभुः गृहर्क्षतारा चक्रस्थः परमाण्वादिना जगत् संवत्सरावसानेन पर्येत्यनिमिषो विभुः। Matajis. Word translation. Graha, influential planets like the moon. Riksha, luminaries like Ashwini. Tara, stars. Chakrasthaha, in the orbit. Paramanu adina, along with the atoms. Jagat, the entire universe. Samvatsara avasanena, by the end of 1 year. Parayeti, completes its orbit. Animishaha, the eternal time. Vibhuhu, the Almighty. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Influential stars, planets, luminaries and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the sun is the eye of the Supreme and it rotates in its particular orbit of time. Similarly, beginning from the sun down to the atom, all bodies are under the influence of Kala Chakra, or the orbit of eternal time. And each of them has a scheduled orbital time of 1 samvatsar. Om ajnanatimirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurun militam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya manobhishtam sthapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadamahyam dadati swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paśaḥtya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class, seeking blessings from all the devotees so that I can speak something for my own purification. So we are discussing from the 3rd canto, 11th chapter, calculation of time from the atom. So today is the series of verses are from 10 to 14. So I'll just read the translation of all these verses. It is calculated that there are 4 praharas, which are also called yāmas, in the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month. The aggregate of 2 fortnights is 1 month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for the Pitta planets. 2 of such months comprise 1 season, and the 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. 2 solar movements make 1 day and night of the demigods, and that combination of day and night is 1 complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. Verse number 13. The influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the influence of Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. So in this section, Maitreya Muni is answering the questions of Vidurji. In the beginning of the 3rd canto, we heard Vidurji, he went to with Uddhavji and asked so many questions about Krishna. He wanted to hear more from him. But out of Maryada Vyatikram, Uddhavji thought, Vidurji is elder to me, how can I instruct him? He directed Vidurji to Maitreya Muni. So in the 5th chapter, Maitreya Muni and Vidurji meets, and Vidur asks many questions, and Maitreya Muni is asking. So this particular chapter is a response to Vidur's question which he had asked in the 10th chapter. There he had asked, O my Lord, O great learned sage, kindly describe eternal time, which is another form of the Supreme Lord, the wonderful actor. Time influences everyone in this world. No one can actually surpass time. The 8th canto of Bhagavatam, it is described, Balena sachivair buddhya durgair mantraushadadibhi samadibhir upayaischa kalam natyaiti vaijanaha. It is described by by power, by council of ministers, by intelligence, by fortress, by mystic powers, by giving herbs, by any of the ways, no one can surpass the power of time. In the 1st canto of Bhagavatam, Bhishma and Yudhishthira Maharaj, they are conversing, and there Bhishma Dev speaks very beautiful verses about the influence of time. He tells Yudhishthira Maharaj that all of you Pandavas, you suffered so much. You are about to be burnt in fire. Bhima was given poison. So many things happened. But still you survived. It was all because you are following the will of the Lord. And then he speaks a very beautiful verse. Sarvam kala kritam manye bhavatam chayada priyam sapalo yadvashe loko vayo riva ghanavali. Just like the winds, they carry the cloud very effortlessly. Similarly, everyone in this world is working under the influence of time. This word Vayor iva ghanavali comes twice in Bhagavatam. First in the 1st canto, and then in the 3rd canto, Kapil Dev speaks the same thing. Vayor iva ghanavali. So the power of time which is described in this chapter, it is imperceptible. It is said that time very silently makes everyone old. We don't even realize when we become old. As in Hindi there is a statement, समय सबको चुपचाप बूढ़ा बना देता है. We don't even realize when we became old. So therefore, it is very important to understand how time is working. In the 10th canto, Shukdev Goswami gives various analogies describing the autumn season in Vrindavan. And there he speaks a very beautiful analogy. He says, in the rainy season what happens, the small ditches in the ground, they get filled with water, and the ditches may get connected to the river also. So the fishes from the river come and start staying in that small ditch, small puddle of water. Rainy season passes by, summer starts, and the sun starts evaporating the water from the small puddle. And the foolish fish doesn't realize that his time is coming to an end. Naiva vidvanshyamanam jalam gadha jalechara. He says, Naiva avidvam. An ignorant fish doesn't realize that its time is coming to an end. Similarly, yathayuranvaham shayyam nara mudha kutumbinaha. Similarly, a less intelligent person in this world wastes his time, doesn't realize that his time is about to end in this world. So Bhishma Dev also tells that, "O Yudhishthir, this time is very, very inconceivable. And don't think that this personality who is standing in front of you, Krishna, he is your maternal cousin. No. Yanmanyase matuleyam surin priyam priyattamam sachivam akaroddutam sauridat atasarathi." Don't think he is your messenger. Don't think he is your chariot driver. Don't think he is your relative. He is the Supreme Lord. And he is that time factor. Eshavai Bhagavan Sakshat. He is a supreme eternal Lord. Everyone in this world is moved by the will of the Lord. In the 12th canto of Bhagavatam, Bhumi Devi, she is laughing at the plight of all the previous kings of the history. There's a very wonderful chapter, the 3rd chapter, Bhumi Gita. In that chapter, Bhumi Devi, she is laughing that all these kings, they are trying to conquer me, but now what are they? They are just the list of names. By the power of inconceivable time, they are all reduced to mere historical accounts. Nothing else, nothing more than that. So that's how changing time creates anxiety in everyone. No one likes to change, especially if the change is for a worse. But it is said the more things change, we have to catch hold of those things which don't change. And that is the name, forms, pastimes of Krishna, the chanting of the names of the Lord. That is the only thing which will not change. One time one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktadas Prabhu, he recalls that in 1973-74, once Rameshwar Prabhu sent Srila Prabhupada all the wonderful scores. And Srila Prabhupada wrote back, "Congratulations on selling so many books. This is very nice, I am very pleased." And Srila Prabhupada wrote a final sentence. He said, "The highest realization is to save yourself." So that is very, very important statement, very important instruction. The time is passing by. We may be doing big, big things, accomplishing big, big projects, but it is very important to remember what we have come for. One time S.B. Keshav Swami Maharaj, he was telling that somebody told him that it is so very nice that you are absorbed in services, but do you know it is also a service to be absorbed. Otherwise we'll keep doing so many services, but if we are not remembering Krishna always, then the time will pass by. And the pursuit of enjoying sense gratification in the world, people don't even realize that millions of lives we have spent forgetting Krishna, trying to enjoy, and none of the things have given us satisfaction. Srila Prabhupada would quote one verse very often. Kāmādinām katina katidhā pālita durnidesha teshām jātā maina karunā natrapānopashanti utsrijya etānathayadupate sampratam labdha buddhi tvāmāyāta sharanam abhayam mām nyungshvātmadasye. This is a verse which he quotes, which he would quote often. He says, this verse says, Kāmādinām, O my Lord, I have served my anarthas for many, many lifetimes. But they are so ungrateful masters. They have never given me teshām jātā maina karuna, no compassion, na trapa, no relief, no pashanti, no peace. So therefore, O my Lord, in this life, utsrijya etan, I have given up the service of my senses and anarthas. I have taken your shelter. Please accept me as your servant. So that is a prayer a living entity should make. Otherwise, when we have come in this material world, nobody knows. And when a living entity comes in this world, gets entangled in this body of subtle and gross nature, and then the false ego comes in, and then the desire to enjoy becomes more and more pronounced. As Rishabh Dev describes, people in this world, in pursuit of enjoying sense gratification, they behave like madmen. Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma yadindriya pritaya pranoti. Nunam, certainly people are behaving like madmen. Pramatta. Pramatta means prakrishta rupena matta. Completely mad. Why? We have tried to enjoy since millions of lives, but still we have not got satisfaction. So therefore, a living entity trying to enjoy in this world, in some lifetime, by some inconceivable arrangement, gets a chance to practice Krishna consciousness. And the purpose of life is to get self-realization. As Kaviraj Goswami describes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, beautiful verse. Paya manushya janma jena shune gaura gun hina janma tara virta hoila. Paya amrita dhuni piye vishwagarta pani janmi ase kene nahi maila. Sometimes Kaviraj Goswami is very strong. He says, you have got a human form of life, paya manushya janma, you are not hearing, listening the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, yena shune gauragun. Why did you take birth at all? Hena janma tara vyarta hoila, your life is waste. It is as if somebody gets a river of nectar, paya amrita dhuni, but what he is doing? He is drinking poison from a deep dark ditch. Piye vishwagarta pani, janmi ase kene nahi maila. Why did you take birth at all? So that's how a living entity in this world, trying to enjoy sense gratification, gets beaten again and again, but doesn't realize this. And people, even after getting beaten by material energy, doesn't realize that there is no scope here. It is always like a mirage in the desert. People, they always live in the future tense. If I'll do this, I'll be happy. If I'll do that, I'll be happy. It's like when we are planning to go for a holiday or a trip to some place. At which stage we get maximum excitement? When we plan for it. Scriptures, they describe that most of the happiness in this world is the happiness which we hear. Prahlad Maharaj tells this. Kutra shisha shruti sukha mrigatrishni rupa kvedam kale varamashe sharujam viroha. He says, O Narsimhadev, where is auspiciousness in this world? Kutra ashisha. It is all shruti sukha. The only happiness one gets is in listening about the enjoyment of the people of the world. It is all like mirage in the desert. Mrig trishni rupa. And therefore, even after trying to enjoy so many lives, we have not got any satisfaction. But the desire to enjoy never goes. Even at the last moment of the life, a living entity thinks, I will enjoy. That was the situation of Dhritarashtra. He was staying in the palace of people who had killed his 100 sons, still trying to enjoy. And Vidurji comes and very strongly he chastises. O King Yudhishthir, O King Dhritarashtra, you are already blind, now you have become deaf also. You can't hear anything, you can't digest food. When you breathe, all the different ragas are coming out. Andha puraiva badhiro manda pragyascha sampratam vishirna danta mandagni saragam kafam udvahan. So the desire to enjoy never goes. And after getting frustrated in so many ways, living entity thinks, well, I could not enjoy, but let me try to become God. And Srila Prabhupada, he would tell, this is the last snare of Maya. One time a person came to meet Srila Prabhupada and he started talking, and Srila Prabhupada came to know that this person is a Mayavadi. So when this person entered the room, there was a fan and it was creating noise. So Srila Prabhupada told one disciple, please switch off that fan. And then Prabhupada started speaking with this person. And as he was speaking, he realized this person is speaking Mayavad. Prabhupada just pointed to that disciple, switch on the fan. And that's how Srila Prabhupada was very, very, intolerant towards Mayavad. So living entity, when he thinks, I can't enjoy in this world, I will become God. And somehow or other, I will try to enjoy. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, he tells in one of his lectures that most of the enjoyment in this world is unattainable. Whatever we see in the billboards and advertisements, it is unattainable. Even if we attain it, it is unpalatable. We don't get the way we want. And even if we get the way we want, it is unretainable. We can't retain it. So the pleasures of this world is like that. Ishopanishad describes that this world is perfect and complete, purnamada purnamidam. What is so perfect about this material world? This world is perfectly made to frustrate our desires. That's how Krishna has made this world. That's how Brahmaji has made this world. That's how he has made this body. If we just analyze our body, how many organs and how many parts of our body can give us pleasure? Only our 5 senses, right? Nobody says, today my kidney is giving me so much pleasure. How many parts of our body can give us pain? Each millimeter of our body can give us pain. So that's how Brahmaji is saying, I have made this body which is full of troubles. Shutritra dhatu birima muhurardhyamana shitoshnavat varasha itare taracha kamagnina chutrusha cha sudurbharena sampashyato manaurukramasīdate me. He says, I am really sad after making bodies of living entities. Why? People, living entities, they are troubled from inside, hunger, thirst, kapha, vata, pitta, always disturbed. That is not sufficient. From outside, shita, ushna, vata, varsha, rainy season, winter season, summer season, that is not sufficient. Kama, agni, the fire of desire. The lust is burning. And the anger never gets satiated. So that's how a living entity, when it tries to enjoy, after trying to enjoy for many, many lifetimes, by some inconceivable arrangements, he gets this understanding, I think there is no enjoyment in this world. Let me try to connect to God. Ke ami kene amar jare tapatraye, as Sanatana Goswami asks. Then one starts developing knowledge about Krishna, knowledge about Atma. And then by some inconceivable arrangement, one gets association of devotees. This association of devotees is so very rare. Kaviraj Goswami describes very nicely the journey of a living entity in this world till this point. Nitya baddha Krishna haite, nitya bahir mukha, nitya samsara bhunje nara kadi dukha. Living entities, they are trying since time immemorial to enjoy. Nitya baddha Krishna haite bahir mukha. We have turned our face away from Krishna. And the result is what? Nitya samsara bhunje narakadi dukh. We are suffering the hellish problems, miseries. And then what is happening? Because we are trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. Sei doshe maya pishachi dandako retare. Adhyatmikadi tapatraye tare jari mare. Maya Devi is punishing us by trividhatap. Adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidaivika. But still the desire to enjoy never goes. Kama krodhera dasahaya taralati khaye Bhramite bhramite yadi sadhu vaidyapai. Being beaten by material energy, Maya Devi, somehow by some good fortune, one gets a sadhu vaidya, a devotee physician. In the previous times, the physicians, Vaidyas, they had the mantra, they had the power to cure the poison by chanting mantras. If snake bite is there, they can chant mantra and cure a person. So Kaviraj Goswami says that devotee is also like that person. He gives the mantra. Which mantra he gives? Tara upadesha mantre pishachi palay. Krishna bhakti paye tabe Krishna nikate aaye. He gives the mantra, upadesh mantra. And when we follow the upadesh given by all our teachers, all our acharyas, then pishachi palay, that the effect of Maya Devi will go away. One time, one devotee came to Prabhupada and he was telling, Prabhupada, please give me your mercy so that I can follow your instructions. And generally we say, these things to senior devotees. Prabhupada said, my mercy is that I have given you instructions. Now you have to follow it. If somebody is fallen in the well and a rope is given, thrown from the top, he cannot tell, let my fingers curl around the rope automatically. It will not happen automatically. We have to catch that rope. What is that rope? Rupa Goswami describes in Padyavali a beautiful verse. A living entity, after being fallen in this well, he is bitten by the snake of desires, which arises from the mind. Manasi japani jushte labdapatosmi dushte timiragahana rupe hanta sansara kupe ajita nikhil raksha hetu sansara daksha upanaya mama haste bhakti rajju namaste. Manasi ja, that which takes birth from the mind. What takes birth from the mind? Desires. Manasi japani jushte, the snake of desires have bitten me, and now I am in this deep dark well. Labdapatosmi dushte, fallen. There is intense darkness here. Timir gahan, oh my Lord, but you are Ajita. You are unconquerable. You are expert in protecting your devotees. Please give in my hand the rope of your devotion. Bhakti Rajju. So what we have to do is, we have to catch hold of that rope. And that rope comes through the devotees. Some people, they take shelter of jnana. Some people take shelter of karma. But we are supposed to take shelter of the paduka of the devotees, the slippers of the devotees. Jnana avalambaka kechit, kechit karma avalambaka, vayam tu haridasanam padatrana avalambaka. We are supposed to take shelter of the devotees' lotus feet. That is our only shelter in this material world. Otherwise, this time factor will devour us. Everything in this world is destroyed by time except one thing. What is that? That is the desire to enjoy. That never goes with time. That is what Gajendra prays. He prays to the Lord, oh my Lord, I don't want to get liberated from the clutches of this crocodile now. Please liberate me from this clutches of the material ignorance. It is very difficult to give up this false ego, my Lord. Please save me. And this comes through the devotees. Actually, Lord is really eager to bring us back to Him, to His abode. More eager than we are eager to go back. He is more eager to take us back than we are eager to go back. Sanatana Goswami and Haridas Thakur, they are conversing, and after Mahaprabhu delivers Sanatana Goswami of all the pus-filled boils in his body, Haridas Thakur says, Mahaprabhu has given you so much mercy. Actually, he is always working hard to protect his devotees. And Srila Prabhupada writes there in the purport, Lord is really working gravely to protect his devotees and bring all the living entities back to the spiritual world. And for that, he sends scriptures. He sends spiritual masters. He comes himself. He sends his devotees. So Lord is really eager. Sridhar Swami, he describes in one of his commentary in Gajendra Leela, he says, when Lord is coming on the back of Gajendra, on the back of Garuda to save Gajendra, Garudji flies faster than the wind, faster than even sound. But Lord is so very eager to protect Gajendra. He tells Gajendra, please fly faster. And he thinks, no, he is not flying faster. Garudo api mandagati matva iti sahasa avatirya. Sridhar Swami says, Lord thought Garuda is not flying faster. he got down from Garuda and he started running towards from Gajendra, towards Gajendra. So that's how the Lord is. Say bhakta dhanya jena chhade prabhur charan. Say prabhu dhanya jena chhade nijajan. That devotee is so very fortunate who never leaves the Lord. And that Lord is so very great who never leaves his devotees. But if somehow the devotee leaves Krishna and tries to enjoy separately, you know what Lord does? Durdaiva sevaka yadi jaye anya sthane sei prabhu dhanya tare chule dhariyane. The Lord, he pulls the devotee by his shikha and brings him back. That is the purpose of shikha. So that the Lord can pull us back when we just get deviated or distracted from the path of devotional service. So that's how all these wonderful things we are hearing only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of the devotees of the Lord, by the disciples of Prabhupada. And the highest is given to the lowest. In Kali Yuga, people who have no qualifications, manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya, still they are given the chance to practice the highest path of Krishna bhakti. One time one of our devotees, he was telling, he's a medical professor. He's a professor of anatomy. And in exams, first year exams, medical exams, there is an internal examiner and the external examiner also. So this professor went to one college to take exam, and one boy came for viva, practical exam. And in the anatomy, you have to identify the bodily organs and tell some things. So one boy came and this professor was telling the external professor, "Sir, this boy is failing since last 3 years. Please pass him." So this external professor said, "Okay, I'll ask a simple question, and if he answers, I'll pass. I'll ask only one question." So he told the student, "Okay, so pick up one specimen." So he picked up the specimen of the uterus. So he asked, "What is this? You just name it, I'll pass you." So he said, "I don't know, sir." "Try it, please try." "No, I don't know, sir." So he says, "I'll give you a hint. It is not in your body, it is not in my body. What is this?" So this boy is thinking, "Kya hai? What is this one?" And then very slowly says, "Sir, brain." So this internal examiner, he was so optimistic. He said, "Sir, he is speaking 50% true. His body, it is not there. Please pass kar do na isko." The condition of people of Kali Yuga is like that. We have not studied this science of self-realization since many, many lifetimes. But by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, we are given this opportunity so very easily. Ei gupta bhava sindhu brahma na paye ka bindu hena dhana bilaila samsare aiche dayalu avatar aiche data nahi ar guna keha nare varni bare. Kaviraj Goswami says, this gupta bhava sindhu, this mood of love of God, brahma na paye ka bindu, even Brahma cannot get it. Hena dhana bilaila samsare, and Mahaprabhu distributed it freely to everyone without thinking he is qualified or not qualified. So that is the mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Aiche dayalu avatar, aiche data nahi ar. Who is more merciful than Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Nobody can describe the glories of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that same glorious pastimes of Mahaprabhu are available to us because Srila Prabhupada was there. He came and he gave us this process of Krishna consciousness in such a simple way that we could relate to it. Otherwise, the scriptures, they are described as the forest of illusion. Vyamohaya characharasya jagata. The Vedas are like the forest of illusion. Nobody can get to the conclusion of the Vedas. All the esoteric pastimes of Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they are very difficult to grasp. There is one beautiful verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita where Kaviraj Goswami says, when Krishna plays his flute, what happens? The flute sound enters the ears of the gopis, and the gopis can't hear anything else. They can't do anything else. All they can do is just run towards Krishna. Kaner bhitara vasa kare apane taha sada spure anya shabda na deya praveshite. Ana katha na shune kanan bolite bulayan ei krishnera vamshira charite. This is the quality of Krishna's flute sound. So for us it looks very esoteric, right? Where are we? Where are gopis? When will we hear Krishna's flute sound? Srila Prabhupada makes it very relevant. He says, this vibration of Krishna's flute is represented by the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, this esoteric philosophy has become accessible to all of us. And that's why he struggled so much. All the devotees, all the disciples of Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, they have struggled really hard. One time Bhavananda Prabhu, he was sharing one anecdote. He was with Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was talking to him, and he said, Krishna asked me, I want you to write those books. Please go down and write these books. And Srila Prabhupada, he told Krishna, I don't want to go to this material world. Krishna told him, don't worry, I'll take care of everything, you just write those books. And just to give us those books, Srila Prabhupada struggled so much. Every day, without fail, he was translating, so that we can transcend the effects of time. And devotees, they really transcend time. And Srila Prabhupada, he has shown by his personal example how time didn't affect him. Even till the last breath of his life, he was translating. Nauttama shloka vartānām jushatāṁ tat kathamritam syāt sambhramanta kalepi smaratāṁ tat padāmbujam. Maitreya Muni says, those devotees who have dedicated their lives in service of Krishna, uttama shloka varta, they will never have confusions even at the last moment of their life. That is the power of Krishna consciousness. And that is what is given to us by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. In the outside world, people, when they are at the last stages of life, they are sorrowful about their past. All my life I have struggled hard to get all these resources, my wealth, my house, my family. All this will be gone. Atma Jaya, Suta, Agar, Pashu, Dravin, Bandhu, Rajya. All this will be gone, so therefore they are very sad. And because of the disease, they are really painful in their present situation. And they are fearful, what will happen in the future, where will I go? But for devotees, these things are not a problem. They are not sorrowful about the past because they know Krishna will take care of everything. Krishna has taken care of me so far. Whatever has happened to me is only happening by the will of the Lord. And for a devotee, they are not so troubled by the pains. Sridhar Swami Maharaj, he was very often known as Jolly Swami. There is one wonderful pastime. In the last stages of his life, he was diagnosed with some liver problem, and he was told that you don't have many months to live. He decided to leave his body in Mayapur. And he was flying to Mayapur, and as they landed in Calcutta airport, Maharaj, because of his health condition, he was really dizzy. While driving to Mayapur, he became unconscious. He reached Mayapur, doctors came to check him. And by this time, because of the liver problem, there was ascites. His stomach was full of fluid. It was bloated. So doctors came and they were auscultating, putting their stethoscope on the abdomen of Maharaj. And suddenly Maharaj came back to consciousness at that time. And Maharaj said, so doctor, is it a boy or a girl? So So in that situation also, he was beyond time. He was beyond his bodily situation. That is how a devotee is. As Srila Prabhupada he says, one moon is better than hundreds of stars. And Srila Prabhupada, by his mercy, he has created hundreds of moons, hundreds of his disciples. And Giriraj Swami Maharaj, he has written a whole book, Many Moons. So for a devotee, death is a very casual reality. Those who are actually realized, for them it is a casual reality. Tamal Krishna Maharaj writes in his diary about Srila Prabhupada. It is 9 October 1977. Last few days are remaining. Prabhupada, he was telling, if I want to die, this is the way of peaceful death. I don't want to go anywhere else. And the devotees were thinking, oh, we don't want Prabhupada to leave. And they were really discussing. They were thinking, if we encourage Prabhupada and if Prabhupada likes, Krishna will fulfill his desire and he will live. And Prabhupada, he could sense that these devotees, they are getting really anxious. So he told Tamal Krishna Maharaj that Krishna wants me to do as I like. The choice is mine. Krishna has given me full freedom. But I don't want to live. I have done my part. So that's how Srila Prabhupada, he was beyond time. In the last few days, one devotee from New Vrindavan, they brought a ring, diamond ring, for Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, he took it and he put it in his finger and said, so he was holding it, not putting it in his finger, he was holding it and he said, so where is the bride? So that's how Prabhupada was. So that's how devotees are. They are beyond time. So the path of bhakti is so pure, so safe, that even if one runs with his eyes closed, as Bhagavatam describes, they will not trip or fall. Yanasthaya naro rajan napramadyet karhichit dhavan nimilyava netre na skhale na pateniha. O king, this path of bhakti is so wonderful. Napramadyet karhichit. If somebody follows this path without getting bewildered, even if he runs with his eyes closed, dhavan nimilyava netre, he will not trip or fall. What that means is, even if we are not aware of all the rules of Vedic scriptures, no problem. The path of bhakti is sufficient to give us the highest. That is the path which Srila Prabhupada has given us. And that's why Lord is really working. That's why Srila Prabhupada is working. In one verse in Bhagavatam, it is described that nobody can actually understand how much Lord is working, how intensely He is working for us, from inside, from outside. Even if somebody is a great poet, even if somebody gets the life of Brahma, still they cannot write what Lord is doing for us. Naivopayantyapachitiṃ kavayastavesha brahmayushapi kritam ruddhamidam smarantah yontar bahistanubhritam ashubham vedhunvan acharya chaitya vapusha swagatim vyanakti. Naiv upayanti apachitim. Nobody can express the gratitude sufficiently, whatever the Lord has done for us. Brahma Ayusha, even if he gets the life of Brahma, because he is really working hard from inside as Paramatma guiding us, from outside as Guru, as Acharyas. Harishari Prabhu, he recalls, in 1975, at one temple, he was massaging Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. And Prabhupada, he showed him that in his thumb there was a swelling. And when Harishwari Prabhu pressed, it created an indentation. That means there was fluid in that. And Srila Prabhupada said, yes, this is uremia, a toxic condition. And it makes me very difficult to climb steps. And especially when I am flying in airplane, it creates much more pain. But I still tolerate everything without complaint. And Harishwari Prabhu could see that he never complained about it. He never told, oh, I am in pain, please do something. That's how the devotees, that's how the acharyas are. They are always working hard so that we can transcend the time, so that we can go beyond these effects of time. And for that, what we have to do is always be in a prayerful mood. As Brahmaji, when Lord appears in front of him, it comes in the 3rd canto. Brahma offers beautiful prayers and he asks 3 benedictions. These 3 benedictions we should ask when we are in front of the Lord. He said, oh my Lord, because now you have given me this service of creation, please empower me. Without empowerment, I can't do anything. When we are given some service, 2 things can happen. If we do the service nicely, we may get proud. Just see, I have done this service so nicely. So the 2nd benediction, Brahmaji asks, oh my Lord, please protect me from false ego. And somehow, because of my anarthas, I may get deviated from this path of service. So 3rd benediction I want is, please save me from deviation. So these are the 3 prayers a devotee makes. Whoever we may be, at whichever stage we may be, prayers are our guiding force. One time Srila Prabhupada was giving a talk and he was telling very strongly, I will never fall in Maya. Maya can never touch me. And everybody said, Jai Prabhupada. And after the class, Srila Prabhupada went to the altar and he was praying really intensely. So one devotee came and asked, Prabhupada, what are you praying? Prabhupada said, I am praying that I may not fall in Maya. So devotee was confused. Prabhupada, you just said Maya cannot touch you. And now you are praying. Prabhupada said, because I am praying, that's why I will never fall in Maya. So that is how a devotee is always prayerful, always conscious that I may get deviated at any time. And if we catch hold of the lotus feet of Krishna and our acharyas, just like Brahmaji is making a declaration, my senses will never go towards wrong things, towards sense gratification. My mind will never go towards wrong things. My words never go wrong. You know why, O Narad Muni? Because I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord with great zeal. Na bharati me angam rishopalakshate na vai kvachin me manaso mrishagati na me rishikani patantya satpathe yanmai hridautkanthyavata dhrito harihi. My words never go wrong. So that is how a devotee lives his life. Always catching hold of the lotus feet of the Lord, lotus feet of all our acharyas. And the more we do it, the more we'll be protected, and gradually we will also transcend these effects of time. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If anybody has any questions or comments to make. Yes, Puji. So the question is, in Damodar Leela, it is described endeavor and mercy. They are both required. When we endeavor, then Lord shows mercy. So Draupadi, she was, trying to save herself. But then Lord wanted her to completely surrender. Yes, that is the question. So how to understand? Yes, because Draupadi, she was really praying. She endeavored. There is a wonderful statement. Many times we try to change things which we can't change, and we don't endeavor for the things which we can change. So we have to understand what things are in our hand and we should endeavor for it, and which are not in our hand and we should depend on Krishna for it. That will come by sincere practice of Krishna consciousness. Dadami buddhi yogam tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam. So that intelligence will be given by Krishna when to surrender and when to endeavor. When we practice sincerely this path of bhakti. In the first canto, when Ashwatthama killed 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi, and Arjuna went after him along with Krishna, arrested him, brought him back, and there was a debate now happening. Draupadi was saying earlier, kill him. Now she is saying, don't kill him. She gives various reasons. Dharmyam nyayam sakarunam nirvyalikam samam mahat. Yudhishthir Maharaj says, yes, don't kill. Nakula Sahadev says, don't kill. Krishna now says, don't kill. Earlier he was telling kill. Only one person was telling kill. Who was he? Bhima. So now Krishna tells Arjun, you have to satisfy Draupadi. You have to satisfy Yudhishthir Maharaj. You have to satisfy me. You have to satisfy Bhima. Now you decide what to do. Sud Goswami speaks of very beautiful words. How could Arjun do it? Arjuna sahasa gyaya harer ahar-niśam athasina manim jahar murdhanyam dujasya sahamurdhajam. He says because Arjun knew the heart of Krishna. Harer ahar-niśam. How we can know the heart of Krishna? The more we read Srila Prabhupada's purports, the more we'll know what Krishna wants me to do in this situation. So that is how a devotee lives his or her life. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone last question? Or we can stop here. Okay, so thank you very much for this opportunity to serve. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.